Okay, I'm back for a very, I'm here for a very brief live stream. I'm just waiting for others to join. I will continue. Okay, guys, so let me just even continue this live stream. If you, anyone that is not able to join in on this spot can watch the replay. So, a few things have crossed my mind. Let me even write them down. And I'm talking about them because, to be honest, there are some things that people don't call it to your attention. You don't know. You know, you won't know. So let me just start with the first one, which is um, the question that someone asked me. She asked, well, she didn't ask me. She mentioned it, and I know I've gotten a lot of comments about. I'm just starting my business. I want to get a shop. Trust me, you don't need a shop. And I know it might be confusing. If you just started out your wig business, you don't need a shop. When I started my wig business, I was renting a booth. There's something called boot rental. I was renting a booth on the side before I was not able to gather more money, and then I now paid for a shop rent, like a shop. And then it took me a while before I was even able to like furnish it. It took me a while. When I moved in, the floors were bad. The floors of the shop, it was bad, bad, bad. I was managing. I have those pictures on my phone. I don't have them. Google Photos save the pictures, so I have them on my phone. The floor was really bad. I got some money. I made a couch, a sofa where people would come and sit. Then I made the stands for the mirrors. I bought a new gen. I also replaced my phone. I bought a new phone. I was on, if I had just started my business that first year and I was running around to rent a shop, I won't have been able to grow. Do you understand? So please, there's this unnecessary pressure that a lot of new business owners, not just big business, new business owners have. Do you in this modern day and age, do you really need a shop? You don't need a shop. I have students that work from their house. I even have friends that work from their house. There's a friend of mine, two of them that have worked from their house. Instead of renting a shop, they used money to renovate a space in their house and turned it to shop, turned it to their workspace where customers can come and do wig fitting and everything. There's even someone that it was last year, she's one of my teachers. It was until last year that she rented, no, she didn't rent a space. She just renovated her shop space and made it look more conducive and comfortable for customers. This person makes millions every month, and you make less than 500,000. You're thinking of shop. This pressure of I want a shop, you just find yourself in trouble. Because by the time you rent a shop, it's not only shop, oh, it comes with bills, recurring bills, like monthly bills that you have to pay. The best thing I can tell you if you are new in this making business is just use a part of your house and work, do your job. You can even do your business in such a way that your customers don't come for fitting. You can just deliver their instead of strictly receiving their hairs and doing delivery. Don't pressure yourself. I keep telling you, the moment if you start pressuring yourself for shop and you don't have the money, when you go on the internet, because you don't understand how this thing actually works, you might start feeling pressured, like only me no get shop, only me. Don't allow that pressure. And sometimes even your customers when they come to maybe pick up their hair or something, before you know, or maybe even when they're asking you for your address, they'll be asking you, where is your shop? Where's your shop? Me, I faced through all those things. The first year, the first 6 months, I was working from my cousin's house because I didn't even have money to pay for a house. I didn't. I was still doing my NYC. Then from there, I was able to. gather some money, and then I started paying boot rental monthly of 20,000 then, or 30,000, I can't remember. But I know that the total money I was supposed to pay for the year was 100 and something thousand, but I was paying it monthly, like monthly. And then I was working, customers were coming, I was saving money. That's how I was able to buy the gem. I was able to buy, make this stand. I bought chairs, comfortable chairs, salon chairs, like two of them. I paid for a sofa. The, I put new lighting. Then after like 2 years or so, I think it was about 2 years, I now changed the floor. See this floor that you currently have, the floor here, it didn't come like this. I've been in this store for the past 6 years, for like 6 years, and then we recently just expanded and added this other store. Do you understand? And then by the grace of God, I'm also opening a new branch somewhere else. So please don't allow pressure of I want shop. Work from your house. When you work from your house, you'll be able to save money. If your business is not saving money, then please, or check Patrick, I don't need any form of distraction. I'm sure this is not this thing. You're not part of my people. You're not part of my tribe. The big makers of my tribe already know me. So please, I beg you. Um, so please, if you're watching this live, you're watching it as a replay, and you're a big maker, you're about to start your business, you don't need pressure. You don't need pressure. I need to block this person. Okay, couldn't block him. Had to put him in timeout. Don't need stress. Okay, yeah, sorry. So someone, the lady that was telling me about getting a shop also asked the question, if I do mentorship, she would like to, she would like to, be one of my mentees. And I told her I don't do mentorship. I don't do, it's not something I can do. There's a lot, working with big makers, there's a lot. Working with anybody, in fact, there's a lot. Me myself, I have coaches, about 3 or 4 of them. I pay them in thousands of dollars to work with them. So I don't do mentorship. However, you know, people who have taken my classes before now, if you send me a message, oh, I'm struggling, I can step in and give you a free session of maybe like 10, 15, or 20 minutes, depending on how grave the situation is. And then we can talk about what the challenge is. And that's just because I want to give back. Do you understand? Because I know that if you're doing anything new, business, whatever you're doing, and you don't have a sense of direction, you get lost. And I don't want that for anybody. Part of my Part of what gives me fulfillment is showing people the way. This is what you should do. I told the people in my webinar, I can decide to face my front and be making my money, but I'm teaching. Do you understand? I'm teaching this because it's part of my assignment. It's part of what I'm led to do. So I don't offer mentorship sessions. However, if you need clarity, even if you're not taking if you need clarity, you can pay for a session. You can pay for 30 minutes, 1 hour. You don't need 1 hour. Let me be honest with you. You don't need 1 hour. 30 minutes is fine. But if you pay for any of my full course, I can give you a short time, talk about what the challenge is, and then to clarify, so you can just move forward. Because sometimes if you don't have clarity on a particular subject that is stressing you out, you'll be having that challenge. You'll be in that circle. You'll not grow. You'll be going in circles. I've been in that position before. You'll be going in circles. For example, this person now that is talking about getting a shop. What are you stressing yourself about? Go to a salon, or go to a find any makeup artist that has their own studio. Tell them you want to rent a booth. They'll give you a space to rent a booth. Guess what? You make more money. This I'm telling you is secrets. People charge for these things. I'm telling you for free. I don't think people even know what's up. Go to the makeup artist. Tell them you want to rent a booth. They'll give you booth rental. Do you know what you'll be doing? You will not just be making wigs. Any customer that is booking that makeup artist will most likely want to get their wig styled. You will style them. That's more money for you. But if you rent your space, aside the fact that you're putting pressure on yourself, nobody knows you. You're just new. So putting yourself in a space where there's crowd or people coming to book a particular person, they get to see you. So when I started my own, I told you guys I was doing boot rental. The lady was a makeup artist. She had a lot of clients that were booking her. They were coming, they were seeing me, they were booking for revamping, they were paying for their hair to be styled. Some of them would even go and tell their aunties, you know. That was part of the, on Sunday, if you missed my live stream on Sunday, I talked about collaboration. That is also a form of collaboration. You're collaborating with someone that already has crowd. If you want to start on your own by yourself to figure out how to get your clients, you struggle to take a longer time. For someone else to have shortcut because they have partnered and gummed themselves to somebody that already has their clientele. When you rent a booth, do you know what that thing is called? Inside marketing is part of the strategy. It's called cross-selling. You are collaborating with somebody that has the same type of the customers that are interested in makeup are interested in hair. Customers who are interested in makeup are interested. I have a makeup artist in this shop. I don't know if you can see. Our stall is somewhere there. People who are booking for hair, booking for makeup. In fact, recently I have customers saying, "Hey, I want to get my hair done. Do you have a makeup artist?" They don't want to. They want to see where they will finish their hair and they will go straight to do makeup. Ask yourself, most of the time when customers are doing their hair, maybe they want to do a photo shoot for their birthdays, or they are going for a shobi or like something. So it's easier if you're in that space where don't know if this is making. You can actually drop a comment. Don't know if this is making sense. Please don't some things that we do them because we are not informed. Do you understand? But don't after this live stream now go and start praising yourself. No matter where you are, whether you're in Ghana, either official, whether you're in Ghana, you're in Cameroon, you're in Gabon, you're in Sierra Leone, South Africa. I have students all over. It's the same thing, same principle works. Even if you're in the UK, the same principle works. If you're in Canada, the same principle works. No matter where you are, Australia, where they never buzz me from, you can have a makeup artist, that have our own space, rent out a small space for you. Or you can even, I would recommend going to a salon and asking them for, there's something about people, most salon owners, a lot of salon owners are not educated in terms of business. So they might just, and you don't want to know where you start staying somewhere and then there's like a rift between you and the person. So I would strongly recommend a makeup artist. I would strongly recommend a makeup artist for you. Find a makeup artist and tell them that. And then also, please, another thing, anytime you're sharing, most times when I tell people, oh, you should go and share space with somebody, they say, I don't want people's wahala. The reason why you are experiencing wahala with somebody is because people don't have any signed contracts. So a few of you, when you tried to join the group where I was sharing the webinar information for the webinar, you kept asking for direct bank account. We don't do that. You book your appointments with us, you get an email, then you can now see where to pay. Or you're trying to buy a wig, there's a shopping link. Everything has to be done orderly. Inside that email you are getting, it has terms and conditions, when you're supposed to arrive, what you're supposed to do before your appointment. Are you supposed to send in your wig? It's written inside the email. How many hours of the appointment? These are things that cause people to have issues with customers, with even their friends, because you don't have any clearly listed terms and conditions. So if you're even doing boat rental with somebody, please have them write terms and conditions. For example, how would you guys be splitting it? Are you paying monthly for the NEPA bill, or you are putting the total amount inside your rent? What's the expected of you? How many hours? What's their opening time? What's their closing time? All of those things. How many extra persons can they allow for the space? For example, in my own I couldn't allow more than 2 persons. For example, maybe someone is paying for a training with me. At the time when I was sharing space, I did not want more than 2 because I'll be crowding the space for the person that owns the shop. There are so many things that cause strife between people, but that is one of the smartest way for you to start out. Do you understand? You can things can be easier. You just don't have the information. Some of you are not even willing to try. Some of you that have heard about US Week in the past 1 month, 6 months, you still dey wait. Many of you think that miracle will fall from heaven. Shiloh will come December, you go and pray. So many crusades, you are praying, open door, there's something right in front of you. The point I'm trying to make is many of you are not willing to try, you're not willing to do what it takes. And it's very sad because maybe it's because this is part of my assignment. Honestly, I feel really bad when I see big makers who are struggling. I can genuinely tell you that it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. So that's one thing I wanted to address. Then the second thing I wanted to address, and honestly, guys, I mean no disrespect. A lot of you need to do first. You need to go back and start developing yourself. There's something called personal development. What do I mean? Why am I saying what I'm saying? I've been interacting with most of you in the last 1 week plus, you know, and I can see that, especially for those who are not in Nigeria, some persons from Cameroon, Ghana, you find it very difficult to use the payment link, maybe because you don't have a card, you don't have um, any means to make payments. Now, I understand that um, payments from one country to the other can be challenging, but it's not an excuse. Why don't you have a bank account? Are there no banks in Ghana? Are there no banks in Cameroon? Are there no banks in Gabon, Sierra Leone? You don't have to rely on an agent to be doing transfers for you. Go and get a bank. Go and open a bank account. Get a card that can be used internationally. All banks have bank charges. You cannot run away from bank charges. Get a card. This is just a a minimal um a very small transaction. Imagine if you have to do something that your life depends on. What would you do? So I wanted to mention that there's some of you are finding it very difficult to navigate a website, and can I be honest with you? You can do better. Paystack website is the most easiest, friendly website. It's just a one-page website, and all you have to do is put in your details and proceed to the next phase. But some of you don't know what to do. Do you know why I'm talking about it? I'm talking about it because if you want customers that will pay you, I told you guys I charge 95,000 to make it. If you want customers that will pay you 95,000, 105,000, my friends charge 200,000 in Lagos. Do you think it's the way you are doing now, that you attract that kind of customer? No, you won't. This is the reason why many customers look down on wig makers and hairstylists because a lot of people are not informed. When it comes to personal development, you just don't want to do what it takes. You can't navigate a website. How then can you now get a website for customers to book? And do you know why it's important for you to start to have a website for customers to book? Because there's a certain type of clientele that exists that they don't want to talk to, they just want to book. There's someone that is coming to do her hair. Once she gets here, this live stream will end it. She's coming to do her hair, she doesn't have strength to talk. Availability, but she books. Some people are like they are work, they are busy, they are overwhelmed, they don't want to talk to you. Or is it that you don't want to service those type of people? They can pay you. If you tell them 150K, they will pay you. If you now cannot navigate a website that is as simple as Paystack, how then can you have customers navigate your own website to book you? See, let me tell you guys, let me give you guys a backstory, right? I plan to keep this live stream available on my YouTube because I'm sharing things that it's only someone that cares about you that will tell you. And I'm not saying this to drag you. I'm saying it because I want everybody to grow. There is room. There is room. Trust me. If someone tells me, my business is doing better because I joined Perez live stream, I am fulfilled. Fulfillment is not just going to come from when I buy 10 Benz or I bought one big mansion. No. Fulfillment comes when someone tells me their life is better because they met me. Do you understand? You let me give you guys a backstory. Okay, let me give you guys a backstory. So I remember when I wanted to start doing hair, I used to do makeup when I wanted to start doing hair. I was very afraid of like the outcome. Oh, this hairstyling thing. When the police told me start doing it, showed me clearly. I was worried, I had questions, but I obeyed. And I'm so happy that I obeyed. Because most of the hairstylists around me, seeing them, there was nothing about their life that was making hairstyling attractive to me. They were eating hand to mouth. Nothing good, nothing to write home about. Then when I started doing hair, I started asking the Holy Spirit for insights. And then I started saying that, oh, this my hairstyling this can buy me a house. So the same way doctors, lawyers, People in their respective fields are doing well, respected. That's how me too can be respected. Then when I did the research on a lot of hairstylists abroad, I saw that hairstylists are one of the respected people, the respected profession. Because abroad, if you want to be a hairstylist, especially, I'm not talking about wig maker, if you want to be a hairstylist, in some states, it's compulsory that you have a license. And before you are given a license, you write an exam called the state board exam, where you have to prove that you have knowledge on how chemicals work, how relaxers work, how shampoos work, how you explain how hair, like the nature, the structure of hair has a structure. By the way, guys, I think I'll be having a free live masterclass here on YouTube where I'll probably be talking about hair, how to care for hair revamp. It's basically like a free revamp class. You're not paying for anything. If you just be on YouTube, I'm going to if I can do it this Sunday, but if I can't do it on Sunday, then I'll probably maybe do it on Saturday, this Saturday. So please, if you're in the group, you get the notification, the prompts. I share links to all. I have like over five groups of different studies. I will share it. What am I saying about five groups? There's many groups. I will share the link and then you can join. It's a free. If you already know how to revamp hair, that class will open your eyes more. You'll be more knowledgeable. If something is happening to a customer's hair, you'll be able to tell, okay, this is the reason why this thing is happening. Oh, this is the reason why this hair is very dry, why it feels very dry. Okay, this is why the henna feels like this. Okay, this is why shampoos work. Do you understand? So please look out for that class. It might be on Saturday, this Saturday, in the afternoon or so on Saturday. So I wanted to I was giving you guys a backstory. I was very afraid, and then when God started opening my eyes to the possibilities, that exist as a hairstylist, the kind of money you can make. It's just that there is a strategy. I even have an ebook. That ebook is selling at 6,500 naira. I have an ebook that I shared how I make six figures monthly. I don't make six figures anymore. I make over a million every month. That's like seven figures. But in that my book, I've shared how I make six figures on a monthly basis. The strategy that works. There is a strategy for everything in life. If you want to move around in life without a strategy, then you'll be stranded. Do you understand? You need strategy. If you need, I used to talk about how it's important for hairstylists to have business coaches. You need all these things. So guys, that's what I wanted to say. Especially the personal development part. Please carry novels, read them, go through websites, read so that you know how to handle certain things. Don't you want to have a business where you are sleeping, somebody is buying on your website, somebody is buying a wig on your website? There's that level. Imagine that your profit for one week is 100,000 and you have 10 pieces of wigs available, and on your website